So the 4th of July is right around the corner, which is lots of fun for most people. Lots of fireworks, food, fun, events. Great stuff, right? But for our dogs, it is torture. So today we're going to talk about how CBD can help your dog get through the season. Let's go. What's up, my friend? Welcome to the CBD and You podcast. And yes, you means you. And I believe you are here for a reason. I'm Lori, a Christian, a wife, a mama, and a midwife. And to put a little icing on the cake, my husband and I own a hemp farm in Tennessee. Girlfriend, I see it in your eyes and I feel it in the messages you send me. You are tired of waking up every day exhausted with aches and pains that you really thought you were too young for. And with all the stress and anxiety of the day, you're over it. Are you starting to wonder if this is really all life is? I hear you, and you are not alone. God did not design us to just survive. He designed us to thrive. So if you're ready to embrace this beautiful life God has given you by discovering some of His best gifts for His children, rewarm that coffee you forgot about in the microwave, and let's take a minute to pour back into you with a quick chat and some me time. Let's go. Before I get started, I want to say a quick thank you to Denise for submitting this question to me, which is what prompted this episode. It was a very timely question. Her question was, do you have any CBD oil specifically for dog anxiety? I believe you said in one of your podcasts that all CBD oil treats anxiety. Would that be true for dogs too? Denise went on to tell me that her dog really doesn't do well during the season, that he hides and shakes and he doesn't eat well, so that he actually ends up losing weight for weeks on end. And he's only 12 pounds, so losing weight is not good for him. So to answer your question, Denise, yes, CBD is great for pet anxiety. And CBD for pets will, just like the humans variety, treat all of the indications. So you don't need a special separate bottle just for anxiety. It can help with pain, inflammation, anxiety, just like it will for humans. I don't know if you remember in previous episodes, I told you about some of my friends who lost their home in the tornadoes that came through Cookeville back in 2020. And one of their large German Shepherd dogs was ripped out of their arms and carried away somewhere. And then eventually she came back. She was fine, but now when storms are coming, she really, really struggles with anxiety, and she does very, very well with pet CBD. It would be similar to a situation with fireworks, just simply because anything with loud noises or things like that are very much a trigger for her, as it seems that they are for your dog, and let's be honest, for most dogs. The great thing about pet CBD is that it is safe and it is nearly impossible to overdose. Pure extract has been given to dogs. I don't know if it was a study or just an experiment or what, but up to 700 milligrams of the pure extract has been given to dogs and they fared fine, other than maybe just some minor side effects like some diarrhea, but nothing fatal or even serious. That is 2.5 bottles of our pet CBD. So you can imagine that you're not going to pour that much into your pet. You're not going to overdose them. Our pet CBD has 2 ingredients. It has our full spectrum hemp extract from the hemp that we grow, and it has organic MCT oil, which is just the carrier oil to make it easier to dose because the extract is so concentrated. It's very hard to dose. On the bottle of the pet CBD, there is a little grid that gives you a starting point for dosing. But you need to understand that just like in humans, you're going to need to do a little work to figure out what the best dose is for your pet. For that reason, and because this is such a situational problem, I would recommend that you start the CBD for the dog a few days before the 4th or before you anticipate that people are going to start shooting off fireworks in your neighborhood. You want to start low, a couple of times a day, and gradually increase. Then on the day of the fireworks, or maybe they just start popping off and you're like, oops, here they are. On that day, I would recommend giving an extra boost because, again, you're not going to overdose them, and it would probably do them well to get a little sleepy to where They are not having the anxiety and they're just relaxed and maybe getting some sleep rather than losing their minds, which I think that was the term that she used, that her dog loses his mind. I can't tell you the exact dose for each dog, obviously, because every dog is different. What one dog needs might be different than what another dog needs, but that's why we give the little chart that's a starting point. And obviously online you can find different recommendations as well if you need a little bit more guidance. So as with humans, it is better for them to get more than one dose per day because it wears off somewhat quickly. So you want to do it at least twice a day, especially in those days that you know the fireworks are going to be happening. For you listeners who have dogs that are large, we used to make a large dog variety. We don't make one that's called that anymore, but here's a little pro tip. Our natural variety of CBD is the exact same ingredients as our pet variety. It's just that our pet variety is much more dilute because in something like this person's 12-pound dog, obviously they're not going to need to have as much in each drop because you need to be able to adjust that dose down pretty low for a dog that's so small. But for a dog that's 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 pounds, to get a dose that's effective out of that pet CBD, you're going to end up having to give maybe sometimes a whole dropper, maybe 2, 3 droppers, and you're going to go through that bottle with a quickness. 1 drop of the pet CBD oil is 0.5 milligrams of CBD. 1 drop of the 1,000 milligram natural CBD oil that doesn't say that it's indicated for dogs specifically, but it's the same ingredients. 1 drop of that is 1.67 milligrams. So you can see that if you have a big dog, you will get a whole lot more dosage with a whole lot fewer drops. So I always recommend for people with bigger dogs, go ahead and get the 1,000 milligram natural variety of regular CBD just because it's a better bang for your buck. You're going to get more milligrams for a lesser amount per milligram. But for a smaller dog, you really want to go the lower pet CBD route just because you don't want to have quite so much in each drop. I hope that's answered your question. This was a quick episode just to answer the question because I know a lot of you out there might be having this issue. And if you are having this issue and you're ready to get started and give it a try, go to bit.ly/CBDandYou show. That's bit.ly/CBDandYou show. And you can take 20% off of your order of pet CBD or any other of our CBD products. Go ahead and get that now so that you've got it and it's ready to go when the fireworks start shooting off here in just a few weeks. Hope that helps. If you have any other questions, I would love for you to go leave me a voicemail on SpeakPipe. It's just speakpipe.com/CBDandYou. When you leave a message there, I get it and I answer it. Just ask Denise. She just left this message earlier today, maybe yesterday, and she already got an episode about it. So I really do answer the voicemails. So if you have a question or something that you're wondering about, I love to address the questions that you have because then I make sure I'm making content that you need. So go do that for me now. There's a link down in the description as well as a link to our store with a 20% discount. I hope you'll go take advantage of that. Load up that cart. It's a one-time discount, so make sure you take full advantage of it and load up and get as much as you want at that 20% off price point. And I will see you right back here again next week. Whoa, wait, stop. I need your help. Before you take off, if this podcast has blessed you in any way, or if you learned something, could you take 1 minute and leave me a written review over on Apple Podcasts? That's the absolute best way you can thank me. I love hearing how what I've learned on my journey has helped you on yours. Remember that the word says every good gift and every perfect gift is from above. CBD is one of them, but there are so many more. Cling to him and you will never go wrong. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you back here in a few days.